Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to do a video on Professor Severus Snape. The reason I want to do a video on this man in particular is because he's one of my favorite professors in the Harry Potter series. I wouldn't say favorite wizard, but he's definitely up there as far as wizards as well. The reason why I want to talk about him is because a lot of people, when they first watch the movies and read the books up until the Deathly Hallows, or I'd say right around the Half-Blood Prince Deathly Hallows, uh, you sort of get a bad impression of him. And I just want to sort of talk about why he is a good person. Uh, and so the main reason why he's a good person is because he, throughout the movies, is protecting Harry from things that are going wrong. Um, One of the main things is in the very first movie, there's a scene with him and Professor Quirrell during the nighttime, and Harry's under his invisibility cloak, and he sees Professor Quirrell and Snape talking to each other, but you don't know what they're talking about. And what Snape is doing is Snape is basically telling Quirrell to stay away from Harry because Snape has a feeling that Quirrell isn't who he says that he is. With Professor Snape, throughout the movies, he's got a demeanor that is very. He just overall is from the very beginning when you see him for the first time, you really get an idea that he's a bad guy, and I think it's because he's got the long black hair. He wears all black everything. And to top it all off, he is head of Slytherin House. And Slytherin is known for making dark witches and wizards later on in their life. And so I think that's one of the main reasons why people think he's a bad guy, is because he's a part or head of Slytherin, and he just the way he dresses, the way he looks, the way he talks, his demeanor, everything about him just sort of seems like he's a bad guy, but in reality he's not, because spoiler alert, you find out that he is considered to be on both sides. He's on Lord Voldemort's side, but he's also on Professor Dumbledore's side, because you find out at the end he is a part of the Order of the Phoenix. And the reason why he's a part of the Order of the Phoenix is he becomes a part of that after Lily Potter dies. And so what he does is he sort of plays as he's basically playing off of Lord Voldemort and off of Dumbledore. He's basically taking information from Voldemort and using it against him, but he's doing it in very slight ways throughout the movie, or throughout the movies and throughout the books. Because if he were to outright just come out and say that he's been a part of Order of the Phoenix, then it would sort of make his character sort of crumble underneath. And so what he has to do is he has to sort of what do you call it? He sort of has to kind of embody that character that he's been showing. And I would say for the most part, that's who he is, because earlier in his life, he was sort of bullied by James Potter and Sirius Black. And so I can understand where it's coming from. And then, James sort of took away his best friend, that being Lily Potter, or Lily, later Lily Potter. And so I feel like he does have a lot of resentment for certain people, which I can completely understand. He's got resentment built up in him, but you find out he's not a bad guy. And like I've said, he seems like he's a bad guy, but he's just trying to protect Harry Potter. And in this scene, he's protecting all three of them from Lupin, because he knows that Lupin is, he knows that the werewolf is Lupin, and he's just trying to protect them. But yeah, Snape, he's not the guy that people think he is. And this video is more for people who are have either watched the movies at least once before, and they just want a little bit more backstory of Snape. He's not the guy that people perceive him as. He's just one of those guys where he leaves all of his sort of happy and love personality inside of him. He doesn't show it because he's trying to show off this, sort of like, I guess you could say, like a hard ass, for all the movies and books. And that has a lot to do with Lord Voldemort, being that he is on Lord Voldemort's side at times, so he wants to make sure that, he's showing off that, I'm not a soft guy, I don't have love, but deep down, he really does, under all the anguish and hate. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a like, and I will see you in the